PowerPoint and Immigration, Alexander Jordan Trinidad. In the 1800s, there were many immigrants coming to the United States. Most of these immigrants were from Western and Northern Europe. Many of those immigrants were Irish, British, German, and Scandinavians. Later on in the 17th century, many of those immigrants came from places like Southern Europe, from places like Italy, Hungary, and Greece, even the Balkans. And in the 1800s, many Jews migrated from Russia to the United States, fleeing anti-Semitism and Jewish massacres. And as we can see, different ethnic groups migrated from different places like France, Ireland, Greece, Russia, and only how a few were able to get into Ellis Island. Ellis Island was built in 1892 on a small island in the harbor. Most Europeans came to New York through Ellis Island Immigration Station. Immigrants went through a physical exam called 6-second exam. They were checked for any kinds of illness or disability. Many immigrants didn't make it though. Ellis Island, as those who had incurable disease or disability, were deported. The biggest disease to cause many immigrants to be deported was called trachoma. Immigrants also went through interviews in which they had to answer 29 questions, and these questions had to do with age, race, sex, marital status, and occupations, and that's kind of what Ellis Island looked like and what the immigrants would have looked like at the time. And more pictures of Ellis Island, of obviously how their living quarters, what they dressed like, what they looked like, and how they were interviewed here. Now we move on to immigrants from Asia. Many immigrants landed in the West, like in states like California, Washington, and Oregon from Asia. Chinese immigrants came because of the gold rush and other reasons such as agriculture. Other ethnic groups such as Japan, the Philippines, and Korea came to find work. Japanese immigrants farmed and grew fruits and vegetables. Koreans led mostly isolated lives, while Filipinos lived up and down the East Coast, and many worked in hotels and restaurants. Asian immigrants and Asian Americans faced prejudice and hostility, even though they made big contributions to this country. Now, Angel Island. Angel Island was built in 1910, and it was nicknamed the Ellis Island of the West. They designed it to force the Chinese Exclusion Act to keep Chinese immigrants isolated from friends and family while trying to get into the United States. The legal examination on Angel Island was more rigorous than Ellis Island. They also enforced thorough physical exams. Immigrants would face questions like their age, home, village, and family, and the house in which they lived. Later on, other various Asian ethnic groups came through Angel Island, such as the Japanese, the Koreans, the Filipinos, and the Pacific Islanders. And obviously, here's what Ellis Island would have looked like, and obviously, as you can see, Angel Island, they didn't live as well because they weren't treated as well. They didn't sleep in beds, and as you can see how bad Asian immigrants were treated and what harsh working conditions they had.